Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead. Our community focuses on food security, self-reliance, and emergency preparedness. So today we're going to be dehydrating spinach, and which category does that fit in? Well, the way we're going to do it, it fits in all three, and we'll share that with you. We really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to us, and we invite all of you to do so to help us get the word out about our channel. We are one of the few channels on YouTube that provides the scientific basis for a lot of things that we do, such as canning, and we try to make it easy to understand. We follow science and safety rules. So let's get started on dehydrating spinach in just a moment. So you see here a couple of big bunches of spinach, and our little garden in our repurposed stock tank, we've done a video on that, it's extra high raised beds, is just producing spinach like crazy, more than we can eat. I went out early this morning and harvested this bunch, and this bunch I harvested a couple of days ago. It's been in a plastic bag in the freezer. I've put them out here so they can be completely dry. They've been drying out here for about an hour. These are a little bit more wilty, but that's okay because we're going to dehydrate them. And some of these have some wind damage, and because we've been having terrible winds, and the winds have kind of ripped a lot of our produce. But we're going to, actually that's a piece of lettuce and not spinach, because I have it growing right side by side. And so the wind damage, a little bit of shredding that has occurred on the spinach won't matter at all. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to load these trays and then put them in our dehydrator. Now, a lot of times we are doing dehydrating compared with freeze drying, but this time I'm not going to bother freeze drying spinach. I'm going to dehydrate it all, and then I'm going to powder it, because we're going to be doing some special things with powdered vegetables here in just a few more videos. And powdered spinach has, oh my goodness, it's so versatile. There are lots and lots of things that you can do with it, and we'll talk about some of those at the end of the video. So I'm just going to pile this on, and because I have so much of it, I'm probably going to pile it a little bit deep here. And we have 6 of these trays. I don't think it's going to take this very long to dehydrate today, so we will probably be back in just 3 or 4 hours with the results of this. So we will see you then. Our spinach was done in 4 hours, and this just makes me laugh. I thought that I put so much on these trays, and look, I mean, there's hardly anything here. And it's because spinach, of course, is mostly water. So we are going to just put everything right here in the blender. And the great thing about spinach is that it does not stick, at least not very much, to these dehydrator trays. So while I am loading, I bet we're going to be able to fit all of them in one batch. So while we're loading, at the front end of the video, I mentioned that doing spinach met all 3 of our criteria: self-reliance, food security, and emergency preparedness. So for self-reliance, the reason spinach contributes to that is because, oh my gosh, it is so easy to grow. You can grow it in containers, you can poke it in your garden between your roses. You can do a whole lot with the spinach to grow it. And if you can keep the rabbits away from it, like we have to worry about, I think I'll just do 3 trays. We'll see how it does. Then that's how it does for self-reliance. For food security, having it stored, especially in powder form, gives you lots of security because there's lots of options. And then it's perfect for emergency preparedness. You can make a quick soup with the powders, and you don't have to store a whole lot of extra ingredients. You can just have things ready to go from your food storage to make that. So spinach is great for all 3 of the things that we focus on. So here we go. So I already know this is not going to make a whole lot. I have my hopes up in a pint jar, but we're not going to even begin to fill that pint jar. So that's half of it right there. Look at that. Hardly anything. So I will be doing several batches of spinach over the next few days because I want a full pint of that. So it's probably going to take 5 or 6 batches to fill this pint jar. But that's okay because our spinach is really producing. I'm so pleased with it. We eat it about 3 times a week, and still we have enough to do this dehydrating. All right, here we go. So I like a very fine powder, and this really is becoming a fine powder. I probably will not even need to run this through a strainer the way I did. I have to do some vegetables. Woo! Inhale a little spinach fumes. So we are lucky if that's even a half a cup. But I'm thrilled for a start on my collection of vegetable powders with this, this spinach. And before you know it, we'll just have it filled all the way to the top. And then we're going to do a special video on using vegetable powders. A fun activity for produce from our garden. This hardly costs anything since we grow the spinach ourselves. So we will see you next video, and there will be more about vegetable powders coming up in future videos. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time.